Welcome to an Adobe Books Illustrator Quick Tip. In this video I show you how to distribute objects. What distributing objects does is it enables you to equally distribute space between objects. To distribute objects, you need to choose either one of the distribute objects options or distribute spacing options. The options can be found either in the control panel when multiple objects are selected, or in the align panel, which can be accessed by selecting Window, Align. First, I'll explain the distributing objects options. In the options, you have the vertical distribute top, vertical distribute center, vertical distribute bottom, and the horizontal versions of those. The vertical distribute top evenly spaces objects vertically between the uppermost and lowermost objects of the selection, based on the topmost edges of the objects, meaning that these two edges have the same vertical distance between them as these two edges and these two edges as well. Vertical distribute center and vertical distribute bottom work similarly to vertical distribute top, except for the spacing is based off the center and bottom points of the objects, respectively. And of course, the horizontal distribute options function similarly to the vertical distribute options, except for they distribute objects horizontally. Makes sense, right? You can also distribute objects that align to the edges of the artboard by selecting Align to Artboard in the Align to drop-down menu, then selecting a distributing option. Now I'll explain the distributing spacing options. If you don't see the distribute space options in the Align panel, make sure that Show Options is selected. Distribute spacing gives you control over the amount of space between objects, whether that be a certain amount or no space at all. To be able to input the spacing amount between objects, first select multiple objects, then single-click on one of the objects to make it the key object, then input the amount of space in pixels you want between the objects. In this case, I'll input 20 pixels and choose the horizontal distribute space option. As you just seen, the objects move 20 pixels apart from each other, starting from the key object. Before I end this video, I want to address a problem you might run into when distributing objects with strokes. Take these four objects with center-aligned strokes, for example. If you distribute the spacing between them at 0 pixels, meaning they'll align right next to each other, you'll find that their strokes overlap because Illustrator is spacing the objects based on their bounding boxes and not their actual appearance. To correct this, so that Illustrator considers the stroke of an object when spacing them, click on the Align panel drop-down menu and enable Preview Bounds. Now, when distributing objects, they distribute with the strokes taken into account. And that's how you distribute objects in Adobe Illustrator. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.